Hello everyone! Welcome to Itsy Bitsy Crochet with Love. I know that I'm going to supposed to launch the tutorial for the bread, but I was too lazy to make the video and making the bread itself will take too long and my phone doesn't have that much storage. So today I'll be showing you guys how to make this cute little flower puppet. It's good for beginners as well. So like a beginner like me. Then you go to the other side. This is really easy to make, so that's why I'm making a video out of this first instead of the bread. So let's get started. For the materials, you'll be needing 5-ply milk cotton yarn, but you can use any color you want. Today I'm using pink and yellow 5-ply milk cotton yarn. But like I said, you can use any color you want. And then you'll need a 3mm hook, some scissors, and a darning needle to weave in the ends. Okay, so for the first round, we don't need the hook right away, so we're gonna set it aside. So first, we're going to do a magic ring. A magic ring is really hard for beginners, but trust me, if you get the hang of it, you'll not struggle with making the magic ring. So to make a magic ring, you point your fingers like a gun, and then put the yarn under your your pinky and ring finger, and then you wrap the yarn around the two fingers like that, and then another way like that to make an X, and then you flip it over. You put your thumb over the center of the X before flipping it over. Then you see two parallel lines. You take your hook, put the hook under the first line like this, and then you put the hook over the second line, and then you pull that line under the first line. Then you have something like this. And then you're gonna turn your hook this way, like that, so that there's a loop. And then you're gonna chain. To chain, we're going to insert your hook under this loop right here. And then we're gonna pull that loop through this loop. Oh my gosh, it's so hard when you're on camera. And there you go. And then you put the hook back in here. And you just take out the loop from your fingers. And now you have a magic ring. For the first round, we're going to make 6 single crochets into the magic ring. To make a single crochet, you insert your hook into the magic ring. Make sure the tail is also on your hook. And then you yarn over and pull up a loop. Now you have 2 loops on your hook. You yarn over again and pull through the 2 loops. And that is how you make a single crochet. Now we're going to make 5 more in this magic ring to make 6 single crochets. So we're going to insert your hook into the magic ring again. Make sure the tail is also on your hook, as always. And then yarn over, pull up a loop. Now you have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through the 2 loops. And that's your second single crochet. Now we're just going to make single crochets until we have 6 in total. That's 3, 4, and 6 single crochets. Okay, so I adjusted the camera a bit so that I won't struggle. So now we have 6 single crochets in our magic ring. And now what we're going to do is pull on this tail to close the magic ring. And now we have a circle. And now what we're going to do is make a slip stitch in the very first single crochet that we did. Now don't worry if you cannot find your first single crochet. You can always count the little V's on your piece. So we're going to count. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this is our very first single crochet. And we're going to make a slip stitch in that. Okay, so first we're going to insert our hook into the very first single crochet. Sorry if I have like a slit in my voice. It's because I just got my braces. Okay, so we inserted our hook into the very first stitch that we made. So now we're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. Oh wait, hold on. Oops. I'm going to yarn over. Oh no, camera. I'm going to yarn over, up a loop. Now we have 2 loops on our hook, and now we're going to pull this loop through this loop, like this. And that's a slip stitch. And this the most important thing, we're going to tie in the slip stitch. So we're just gonna pull on the yarn like this, so that we don't mistake the slip stitch as a stitch. Now round 1 is complete. I'm just going to close up the magic ring. Okay. And now it's time to move on to round 2. Before we start each round, we're going to chain 1. To chain 1, we're going to yarn over and pull through the loop. And that's a chain. Now for the second round, we're going to do 2 single crochets in each stitch. 2 single crochets in a stitch means an increase. So to make an increase, we're going to insert our hook into the very first stitch, the stitch that we slip stitched into, I'm going to insert there, yarn over, pull up a loop, and make a single crochet. That's our first single crochet, and now we're going to make another single crochet in the same stitch. So insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through. You have 2 loops in your hook, yarn over, and pull through all 2 loops. And that's how you make an increase. And we're gonna do that for every stitch for this round. So into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, make a single crochet, yarn over and pull through the 2 loops, and then make another one in the same stitch. And that's another increase. So just do that for all the stitches, and I will meet you at the end. I just finished round 2, and now you should have 12 stitches for round 2. You can always count to make sure that you have the right amount of stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now we're going to slip stitch into the very first stitch. So insert the hook into the very first stitch, yarn over, pull through, and it won't pull through. Into your hook, yarn over, pull through. Now you have 2 loops on your hook. Now you pull through the slip with this. like so. Don't forget to tie it. And round 2 is complete. Before we start round 3, chain 1, and now we can start. So for round 3 and round 4, it will be very simple. We're just gonna put one single crochet in each and every stitch. No increasing. So just one single crochet in each stitch. Send your hook to the first stitch, yarn over, pull through. Now you have 2 loops in your hook, yarn over, and that's single crochet. And we're just going to repeat making single crochets all around until we reach the end. No increasing, nothing more, just single crochet in every stitch. And I will meet you at the end of round 4. I'm on my last stitch on round 4, but we're not going to finish the last stitch. We're just going to leave it like that because we're going to change color. And I'll show you how to do that. So get your second color, but first cut your previous color. Cut it like this long. I don't know how long this is. There you go. Now you can put your previous color aside and bring your new color in. And we're going. And then this is how we're going to color change. We're going to put our new color on our hook and pull it through the unfinished single crochet. Sorry. Now we have our new color attached and we can slip stitch into the very first stitch. Oh, it's kind of hard. Okay. Yarn over, pull through, and make a slip stitch. And tie a knot, of course. Yay, now you finish the centerpiece of the flower. Now for the new color, we're going to work on the petals. So for this round, we're only going through the front loops of each stitch. So the loop farthest from you is called the back loop. So this is the back loop. And the loop that is closest to you is the front loop. This is where we're going to insert our hook. Also make sure to carry the yarn tails with you so that you won't have to weave it in later. Don't include the magic ring tail because that will be for something else. So we're just going to carry these 2 tails along. First, we're going to chain 1. Oops. And for this round, we're going to make 1 single crochet, increase, 1 single crochet, increase in all the stitches. So insert your hook into the front loop only of the stitch. There we go. And carry these tails along. Oh, that's the magic tail. Just these 2. There we go. And make a single crochet. Yeah. And then in the next front loop, we're going to make an increase. So insert your hook into the front loop only. Carry these tails and make an increase. And this is our pattern for this round. 1 single crochet and an increase in each and every stitch. Make sure to carry your yarn tails along. I'll meet you at the end of this round. I finished round 5, and if you carry the tails through a few stitches, you can cut it. It's these two. Oh wait, no, it's these two. Yep. And you can cut those if you've already carried it through a few stitches. And we're going to slip stitch into the very first stitch. And chain 1. It's kind of giving Fluttershy from My Little Pony. Okay, for the 6th round, we're going to put 2 single crochets in the following 2 stitches and then an increase in the 3rd stitch. But for this round, we're going to go through both loops. So make 2 single crochets in the following 2 stitches. 1 and 2. And now we're going to make an increase. And that is the pattern for this round. Just 2 single crochets in 2 stitches, followed by an increase. And I will meet you at the end of round 6. I'm almost finished, but if there's this last stitch for you guys, because there is one on mine, I don't know why, just skip it, but if yours doesn't have one, you can just slip stitch. But for round 6, it's supposed to be 24 stitches, so we're gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. It's 24 stitches. I don't know why there's an extra stitch right there, but just skip it if you have one too, and make a slip stitch in the very first stitch. And that is the end of round 6. And now for round 7, which is a final round, we're going to make the petals of the flower. So don't chain, don't do anything, but we're going to skip the 2 stitches and make a double crochet in the 3rd stitch. To make a double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook into the 3rd stitch, yarn over, pull through. Now you have 2 loops on your hook, 3 loops on your hook, sorry. Yarn over and pull through only the first 2 loops. Now you have 2 loops left on your hook, yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. That's how you make a double crochet. And now we're going to make 4 more double crochets in the same stitch. Yarn over, insert your hook into the stitch, same stitch, yarn over, pull through. Now you have 3 loops, Now you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now you have made 2 double crochets. Now you're just gonna make 3 more to make 5 double crochets. 3, 4, and 5 double crochets. Oh wait, actually, wait, hold on. Okay, actually you have to make 7 double crochets. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochets. So we're gonna make 2 more. Yarn over, insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, and pull through 2 loops at a time. 6 and 7 double crochets. This will be our first petal. So now we're going to skip 2 stitches, which is this one, and make a slip stitch in the 3rd stitch. So skip 2 stitches and make a slip stitch in the 3rd stitch. Yarn over, pull up a loop, and pull this loop to this loop to make a slip stitch. And that is our first petal. And we're going to repeat this all around until we reach the end. So yarn over, skip the 2 stitches. The stitch that we slip stitch into counts as a stitch, so skip this stitch and this stitch. These 2 stitches we have to skip, and we're going to make 7 double crochets into this stitch. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Excuse me. Sorry for that sneeze. Now we're going to skip these 2 stitches and make a slip stitch. And that's your second petal. Now we're going to repeat it again. So yarn over, skip this stitch, skip this stitch and this stitch, and make 7 double crochets into the 3rd stitch. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now we're going to skip this stitch and this stitch and make a slip stitch in the 3rd stitch. Yarn over, pull up a loop. Now pull this loop through this loop. Make sure to tighten this up. And that is your 3rd petal. Now we're going to make the 4th petal. So skip this stitch and this stitch and make a double crochet in the 3rd stitch. 7 double crochets. Sorry, I keep saying 5. But we're going to make 7 double crochets in the 3rd stitch. Sorry if the quality is bad. I'm using my phone, which is very old. I'm sorry. And this is my first time recording a video like this. So please accept my apologies. And we made 4 single crochets. Double crochets. And we're gonna make 3 more. So 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 and 7. Like 7 single crochets, double crochets. Oh my gosh, I keep saying single crochets. And now we're going to skip this stitch and make a slip stitch in here. And that is our 4th petal. And now we're going to make our last petal. So skip this stitch, and make 7 double crochets in that stitch, the 3rd stitch. One, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, oh no. Oh wait, I lost count. Okay, when I count, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 double crochets. And now we're going to skip this stitch and make a slip stitch in here. And ta-da! You've finished your flower. And now we're going to fasten off. So we're going to cut the yarn, but not that long. Oops. Sorry if it's laggy. And we're going to pull on the loop like that and tighten. Now we're going to weave in the ends. So grab your darning needle and insert the tail into it. Thread it through. Oh no. Oh no. Sorry if it's laggy. Thread it through. There we go. And then we're going to weave it in through the stitches on the wrong side. So this is the right side of the flower, and we're going to weave the tail in through the wrong side. So we're just going to insert it in random stitches to hide it. Okay, I'm just going to insert it through the double crochets. So insert your needles through the double crochets and pull through. Then you can cut the yarn. And for the tail of the magic ring, just cut that too. So we're just going to pop that out the other side. And we're going to cut it right there. And ta-da! You've made your flower puppet. So for it to be a puppet, you have to pop it through the yellow part. So pop, and then pop on the other side, pop, and pop, and pop. You can give this to your friends, to your family, or to anyone. And it's a very, very relaxing thing. So yeah, you can always turn it into a keychain if you want. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and make sure to subscribe and leave a like. Bye!